Did you manage to know, hey, look, I overtrade every year, every month, every week. That's probably my biggest weakness. Every year I'm looking at like my biggest. I usually don't have many big losses because I'm very good at cutting losses. But my problem is, I tend to trade. Like sometimes I just can't help myself. Even I know that I shouldn't trade. I'm like, you know what? I'll just try this out. I'll take half size. But you do half size in a market that's bad, and you do it 10 times, it kind of adds up. That's always been my problem. I've gotten better, but it's still one of my biggest weaknesses. That's usually my biggest detractor every year, over trading. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you get a market like this, the 10 is above the 20, both are rising. That's where the money's made. And then, you can use other moving averages too. I would also use maybe a 50 or like a 50. Like if the 50 is rising too, that's nice. This is a classical bull market action. And now we're finally seeing money pouring into the small caps. There is no more fun markets to trade than where money is pouring into like all these shitty small caps. We had VVOS, right? We had CCCC. Now, I nailed it on the long side. I missed it on the short side yesterday. I knew, I'm like, I had some small shares, but I'm like, oh, I should short it. But hey, what if it goes to 10? Whatever. That was a 5-star short. Day 3. And there was another one I caught. I had CCC, I nailed VVOS. What was the third one? That was like crazy, that went up. I don't remember it right now. Whatever. Man, I've been missing these times. Because over the past 2 years, we haven't had that much. I mean, we did have CXAI earlier this year. It was also crazy. It went up like 500% in 2 days from the opening range highs. Traded like 10 million shares in the first minute of trading. That was oof. I'm still kicking myself for not trading it. But other than that, there hasn't been many crazy ones over the past 2 years. I've been missing them, man. ADCT flag breakout 2 days ago. Yeah, this is what happens in bull markets, right? This is why, you can't trade breakouts and EPs in downtrending markets. Once you get uptrending markets, free money. It's kind of interesting to see, people have been conditioned over the past 2 years that, every rally is a sell, especially when it comes to like IVM, the small caps. But we just broke out of this, 2-year trend line. The Russell, look at the volume, look at the up volume. We've had up volume days that we haven't seen since like the 2020 COVID crash, when there was extreme volatility. I mean, oof. And that's always what you want to see. You want to see like long-term breaks on big volume. I'm not gonna say we're gonna go straight up. I think we really need to start testing the 10-20 either through time or price. But I think, or at least I hope, we get a great start to next year. Carvana. Yeah, it had a nice breakout, but I don't trade breakouts anymore. Not as much. I mean, it wasn't really a good looking flag. I did this breakout here. That was a good looking flag, like a classic when it surfs the 10, 20, 50. But this one was just blue. Path, yeah, Path. I bought it on the stream last time, but I sold it. When I bought alt, Yeah, I bought it on different. I'm just been position. I'm just been building a position here. I bought some here. You know, when it had this big gap up and fade day, there was the same day I streamed last time. Then I bought it 2 days later when it held up and the volume held up. You know, it's still traded, you know, pretty big volume compared to the average. And then I bought it, you know, added on this day here too. I think this thing could do something crazy, and volume is still there. I think this could be like a 5-bagger if the speculation money comes in. I mean, it's in we have two super themes right now, right? It's AI and it's the weight loss pills. And this is just, you know, I know the data is shit on this thing. It probably can never compete with the, you know, with the Eli Lilly and the Novo Nordisk drugs, but it doesn't matter. When the speculation money comes for it, it always wants a good story. And this thing, you know, I'm looking at the volume. It's just, you know, coming out of nothing. It had big runs before. It's a former runner. In 2020, it went up 1,500%, 1,600%. So this thing is no stranger to runs. And VKTX, it's another one of these weight loss pills, also small cap. Actually, Alt is a micro cap. So, you know, I think it's a good risk reward for those things. The volume is there. That's the most important thing. Why am I not trading breakouts anymore? Because breakouts haven't been working well over the past 2 years. I find EPs have been working way much better. I mean, obviously, I had, you know, select breakouts. Like one I remember was this one. This was a nice one. But EPs have been working way better. Well, it depends. Like usually, yeah, I usually like smaller caps, micro caps could be, you know, 10-day is a very good one. I mean, it depends on how they behave. Sometimes the 20-day. Usually, when it large caps, it's always the 20-day. But it depends, you know. Sometimes they do something like this. I don't know if I find a good example. Nah, I don't know. I can't remember a good example right now. Also you have stuff like CCC. Like where did I buy it? Opening range highs. They were like here, $2. And then it went to, you know, like low mid 8s 2 days later. Obviously you can't use the 10 or the 20-day. Like if it goes up, you know, 200-300% in a few days, you have to sell into strength. You can't, you know, you can't be stupid. Or you know, something like NVOS, VVOS, which I also sold into strength because where did I buy it? Opening range highs here. I mean, this was a perfect one. It had a big gap up, right? Then it kind of started consolidating. It had a clean, you know, breakout, intraday breakout at 13, took out opening range highs and went to, you know, 49 the same day. You can't use the 10 or 20-day daily moving average for a stop. That's just stupid. It's you know, by the time it gets there, the move, you know, it gives back all the move. So you have to sell into strength. So it depends on the stock.